Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. Dutch prosecutors have called for life imprisonment for 3 Russians and a Ukrainian charged with shooting down Malaysia Airlines flight MH17 in 2014. They say the defendants, who are all at large, helped supply a missile system that pro-Russian separatists used to fire a rocket at the flight.
Op dat moment detoneert een warhead van een boekraket.
International investigators announced charges against the 4 suspects in June 2019. All 298 passengers died on board the flight, which was hit by a surface-to-air missile. The next hearing will take place on March the 7th, when the defence will present its closing arguments. European leaders are reinstating coronavirus restrictions as the new Omicron variant continues to spread across the continent. Germany and Portugal are among nations announcing post-Christmas curbs and greater social distancing measures. Meanwhile, Spain has reported its highest daily number of cases since the start of the pandemic, and France has warned daily cases there could soon pass 100,000. In Wales, groups of no more than 6 people will be allowed to meet in pubs, cinemas and restaurants from the 26th of December. The EU has started legal steps against Poland over the country's constitutional court ruling.
Bonjour, bienvenue.
European Commissioner Paolo Gentiloni told a news conference the rulings deprived individuals in Polish courts of their legal guarantees in the Treaty of the European Union. It is an escalation of the conflict with Warsaw over the rule of law that began when Poland's ruling nationalist and Eurosceptic Law and Justice Party took power in 2015.
The European Union is a community of values and of law, and the rights of the Europeans under the treaties must be protected, no matter where they live in the Union.
As many as 100 people are missing after a landslide at a jade mine in Myanmar. The landslide occurred in the Hakant area of northern Kachin state and is believed to have been caused by an overflow of rubble discarded from lorries to open-pit mines. Rescue teams are desperately searching for people in a nearby lake, with most victims believed to be illegal miners. 1 person has been confirmed dead. South Korean small business owners have held a rally in central Seoul to protest against tighter curbs ahead of the holiday season and called for compensation. About 500 business owners gathered in front of the government complex and chanted slogans such as "Abolish curbs and compensate loss." They also tore copies of business licenses on stage and said they cannot afford to follow another curfew. Last week, authorities announced a series of social distancing measures lasting until at least January the 2nd. Manchester City defender Benjamin Mendy has been charged with another count of rape in addition to earlier charges of rape and sexual assault. The 27-year-old has now been accused of 8 offences against 5 women, which includes 7 counts of rape. The charges against Mendy are alleged to have taken place between October 2020 and August 2021. Mendy last played for City against Tottenham Hotspur on August the 15th and was suspended by the Premier League club later that month. Spaniards have got in line early for the draw of the annual Christmas lottery known as El Gordo. The audience has been allowed to return for the first time since the coronavirus pandemic hit in March 2020. Many of them had been in the queue for over a day and were wearing elaborate fancy dress costumes. The over 200-year-old lottery pays out up to €400,000 for every €20 wagered. And finally, scientists have announced the discovery of a perfectly preserved dinosaur embryo that was preparing to hatch from its egg just like a chicken. The fossil shows the embryo of a toothless theropod dinosaur, or oviraptorosaur, in a curled position which is known as tucking, which is behaviour seen in birds shortly before they hatch. The embryo was discovered in Guangzhou in southern China, and researchers estimate it is at least 66 million years old. Researchers say it is the best dinosaur embryo ever found in history. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.